On today's episode, we're installing our aluminum AC furring kit. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, Matt here for AVC and welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to be installing our aluminum AC furring kit. Now we have two versions of this kit available, and that's because there are two popular places to put the AC in our van. One is going to be the rearmost bay on the 148 long body Transit, and that has 14-inch spacing between the roof ribs, and that's our favorite place to put an AC unit because the spacing is already set up for that AC plenum to like pop right through, and it's nicely supported. The other location is where a lot of people put their max fan up in the very front, and that spacing is a little bit further, and so you really need something like this furring kit to kind of solidify that roof. The reason we like these furring kits is that we have to do something to provide compression for that AC unit seal. So a lot of these air conditioners that are roof mounted have a seal that goes outside the van, and it actually seals via compression. We tighten bolts and we pull that unit tight to the roof, it squeezes that foam gasket, and that compression is what gives us that seal. Now, if you're tightening to a soft sheet metal piece up there, the sheet metal is going to comply and you're not going to get good compression. And so we developed this kit so we have a nice sturdy place for that bulb seal, or not bulb seal, but that foam seal to compress against. And this is something that we've developed and we just use in-house, and we thought, you know, we should really offer this to the DIY community. Now, there are two versions of this kit available, like we said. This is going to be for that front section. So these are going to be our north-south brackets. They're going to run long in the van, and they are going to span between the roof ribs. So these 4 holes here are going to screw into your roof ribs, and they're going to give us a nice front to back compression for that rooftop AC. And then there's a third section here that's going to go in between these this way, and that's going to give us a nice square hole that we can compress against. And then we use one of the roof ribs at the very front of the van, and that is going to give us a nice 4-sided compression for that AC unit. Now, if you're putting the AC unit in the back of the van, and that's what we're going to be doing today, then you just need 2 of these north-south brackets, and they're sized a little bit smaller, but that's what we're going to be putting in. So let's go ahead and jump into the van. Your first step is going to be cutting the hole for your AC unit. We do a lot of these, and we know that it's a 14-inch hole, so we just patterned ours for the rear bay here in the van. Makes it super easy. Just cut your 14-inch square, and don't forget to prime those raw metal edges. Our next step is going to be dry fitting the brackets next to the opening. So just line up that interior edge with the side of the opening that you cut in the ceiling, and that's going to line this up just right. We're only going to use 2 screws on the end of each bracket, and that's just for kind of a temporary fit for now. We're going to pull these off in just a minute. We're going to add some adhesive here, and that's going to leave 2 additional screws for a final placement. This also gives us a little bit of wiggle room in case we need to do some adjustments later. We have 2 fresh holes that aren't going to be messed up by already having screws in there. So with everything in place, go ahead and pull your brackets out and go back to the table. So we're just going to add our adhesive here on the floor of the van, but you can add any kind of polyurethane adhesive. If you have some window adhesive left over, you can use that. I know a lot of people like Sikaflex. Here in the shop, we use 3M products, and so this is 3M 550. Put a nice healthy bead of glue on each side of the bracket, and go ahead and mount it back into place. You're going to see some glue squeeze out, and that is a good thing. We want to make sure there's a solid bead of glue up against the ceiling and under each side of the rib. Once you're happy with your final placement, go ahead and add those last few screws to secure these brackets into place while the glue kicks. Make sure you give that glue adequate time to kick so that it's nice and stiff for the next step. Okay, here, flash forward, and the glue has had time to cure, and we're going to drop our AC unit into the hole. Okay, you can see here that the AC unit uses these bars to compress against each of the 2 brackets on the sides, and we're just going to go ahead and put in all the hardware that came with the AC unit kit. Tighten up those bolts, and that AC unit foam gasket on the roof should be nice and compressed, and you're ready for the road. We like to let ours cure for a little bit, and while it's curing, we cut off the excess of those bolts. But that's it for this install. Well, that is it for today's project. If you have any questions about today's install, go ahead and hit us up in the comments below, and we can answer your questions there. If you want to get one of these aluminum furring kits for your van project, there is a link in the description, so go ahead and click that, and our team will get one in the mail to you ASAP. If you want to get your van professionally built by AVC RIG, go ahead and use the contact form on our website. You can click the link in the description below, and our team will get your project started. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye. If you would like to get your van professionally by AVC RIG, almost got it. If you have any questions about welcome back to the shop. Like we said in the intro, today we are installing our In the intro, today we're going to be installing our aluminum AC furring kit. That's all I have to say about that. Okay.